I never believed in haunted houses, not ghosts, not spirits, not any of that. I was the kind of person who believed every strange sound had a logical explanation. Old pipes, wood expanding, stress, imagination. That belief stayed with me until I lived on Willow Creek Road. My name is Daniel Carter. I'm 32 years old, born and raised in Ohio. Back in 2016, my wife Emily and I were looking for a quiet place to start over. City life had drained us. The noise, the people, the constant pressure. We wanted silence. And Willow Creek Road gave us exactly that. The house sat alone at the end of the road. White paint, slightly cracked. A wooden porch that creaked when you stepped on it. Tall trees surrounding the property like silent guards. The real estate agent smiled a little too much when she said, "This place has been empty for a while." The rent was low, suspiciously low. I didn't ask why. That was my first mistake. The first night was calm. Too calm. No traffic noise. No neighbors. Just wind brushing against trees. At 2:43 a.m., I woke up suddenly. That kind of wake-up where your body reacts before your brain does. I heard footsteps. Slow, bare feet. Moving across wooden floorboards. I held my breath and listened. They stopped. Then, a soft sound, like someone standing still, waiting. I shook Emily awake. She groaned and whispered, "Daniel, you're imagining things." I wanted to believe her. I stepped into the hallway. The bathroom light was on. I clearly remembered turning it off. The air felt colder near the door. Inside the bathroom, everything looked normal until I looked at the mirror. Behind my reflection, something stood there, tall, dark, unmoving. No face, no features, just a shape. I turned around instantly. Nothing. When I looked back at the mirror, the reflection was gone. My heart was racing so hard I could hear it in my ears. That night, I didn't sleep again. After that, things started happening every night. Always around the same time, 3:17 a.m. Footsteps on the stairs. Cabinet doors opening in the kitchen. A pressure in the hallway, like someone was standing there, watching. Emily started complaining about nightmares. She said she dreamed about a child standing in the corner of the room. A child who never spoke, just stared. One afternoon, I decided to clean the basement. The door stuck when I pulled it open. Cold air rushed out like the house was breathing. In the far corner, I noticed a wooden box. Old, dust-covered. Written on the lid in black ink, "Do not open." I laughed nervously. I opened it anyway. Inside were newspaper clippings, old ones. Headlines jumped out at me. Family found dead on Willow Creek Road. Mother claims house was watching them. Young son missing. Case never solved. There was a photograph. A small boy, about 8 years old. His eyes weren't looking at the camera. They were looking past it, at whoever was standing behind the photographer. I felt sick. That night, Emily asked me something I wasn't ready to hear. "Daniel, have you seen the boy?" My stomach dropped. She said she'd been seeing him for weeks, standing in doorways, at the end of the hallway, watching. She said his name was Ethan. She didn't know how she knew. She just did. I did some digging. Public records. Old police reports. In 1998, a family lived in that house. Their son, Ethan vanished without a trace. Weeks later, the parents were found dead inside the home. Official cause: carbon monoxide poisoning. But neighbors told a different story. They said the mother believed the house was alive, that it watched them, that it didn't like being alone. We decided to leave, pack everything and go. That night, the house didn't want us to. At 3:17 a.m., the walls started to creak violently. Not old house noises, something deeper, like movement. The hallway filled with shadows. Ethan stood there. For the first time, he spoke. "You can't leave." Black liquid poured from his eyes. The walls stretched. Hands pushed through the plaster. The house was breathing. We ran. The front door slammed behind us on its own. As we reached the driveway, a scream tore through the house. A scream that sounded like wood snapping and flesh tearing at the same time. When we returned with police the next morning, the house was gone. Just empty land. No foundation. No debris. Nothing. Today, Willow Creek Road still exists. Locals say if you stand there at 3:17 a.m., you can hear footsteps, and sometimes a child's voice.